And we are live. What is up, party people? It's been a while. It's been a long while, actually, since I've done a live show here on YouTube with anything that had to do with reselling. Once again, I am Thrift Shop Hustler, reseller on Steemit. Been doing a lot of work with Steemit and DTube and blockchain and all that fun stuff. It's been a really great ride so far on that, as everything has been busy on my end. I've still been doing the hustling and bustling on the side here with reselling and all that fun stuff, as I haven't been doing as much hustling and bustling as I wanted to. And Paisley Bradley is in the house. How you doing? How you doing? I was just saying how I haven't been on in a while, kind of give you guys the lowdown of what's going on with me, and then we'll get into what's sold on eBay. And as a bonus, I have some stuff that I sold on Amazon that might be interest to you, because I still do Amazon, I still do Poshmark, I still do Etsy. I do all those fun things. As I've been on eBay since 1995, that's not going to change. I've been on Etsy for many years also. That's not going to change. The side hustle's not changing, though, you know, I haven't been to many garage sales or thrift shops like I wanted to. Over the last few months, I've been working hard with Steemit and DTube and working with them, and that has been truly a life-changing kind of thing going on over there. But anyways, enough about that. You guys want to see what sold on eBay. So enough about that. You guys are wondering, well, what happened to the channel, Chris? What's going on with you? You've turned the channel into Steemit Central, which is true. But with this show, I thought I'd get back into it, as I will still be doing thrifting videos and tutorials and fun stuff very soon, as I'm trying to transition myself into also doing creative content for DTube and creating creative content for YouTube, which are both amazing platforms. But I've seen huge success with DTube, but I've said enough about that. Let's get right into it. We got THC Anthony in the house. How you doing? Let's get right into it. I'm going to try to keep the pop-up chat going. So if you guys have any questions during the show, please leave them in the chat. I'm going to try my best to keep the chat open and free. And if you guys have any questions during this fun time, just let me know. First up, we have this new sealed Cisco Flip Ultra HD. Some of you guys might have remembered this from the early 2000s. This was one of the first kind of YouTube video devices that were relatively inexpensive. You can basically shoot 420. You can basically shoot 720p. It was a pocket thing. It flipped open to do a USB cable or a USB kind of dongle where you can just stick it into your computer, download it real quick, upload it to YouTube. There was also internal things where you can just straight up put it on the YouTube. This was actually pretty revolutionary technology at the time. Now, with the onset of having pretty much, you know, a movie camera in your pocket, now these things have kind of gone to the wayside. But these were fun at the time, because back in those days, cell phones weren't up to par. But anyways, flip camera, bought this for $5 at a garage sale many months ago. Actually, bought two of them. What was cool about this was it was actually a gift, a crew gift for this movie, The Ides of March. And basically, when you open these, as the lady had one of them opened and two brand new ones, I actually bought the brand new ones because it was $5. There was kind of like a logo, see, the design by you. So here's, okay, let me back up. So if you guys ever come across these and they're sealed and you see this designed by you sticker, that means it's been customized in some way. What happens was, Flip, you were able to customize some of these front covers for different kinds of things. You can even put all your own personal things. A lot of people would do sports ones. There's like a football one and everything. But anyways, if you go do that, if you see this, that's what this was. So anyways, these were gifts for the crew, and they have the Ides of March logo on the front here, and I saw one of those. And so anyways, I had this for $50. It sold for $24.99. I had two of these. I sold the other one for about the same price. I thought I was going to be able to get more for these. But for the price, for $5, it was definitely worth picking up for sure. So anyways, that was a good little sale. Definitely look out for flip cameras. These things probably aren't worth picking up if you find them used, but if you can get them for $5 for brand new, it's definitely a steal all day long. Next up is this huge car collection. As a matter of fact, I did a haul video about this, and if I could remember correctly, I will actually, let me see if I can see my face here. Oh, you know what? I'm glad I looked there, because there we go. There we go. Anyways, I'm going to leave a link up here to that haul video so you guys can see the fun time I had actually finding this. There we go. Finding this collection over there. Man, I'm glad I looked at that, because then it would have been a small thing for the whole show. Anyways, let's get back into it. See here. So this set was actually, I purchased these cars for about $3 each. There was about 26 of them. So you can do the math. It wasn't really a great deal on my behalf, but I thought I was going to be able to get like $200 for these, but I was lucky just to be able to sell these. I didn't make a huge profit on these, and now that I think about it, I probably wouldn't have bought these. I probably, if I was to look at this on hindsight, I probably would have just scanned them all, because there were some of these that were going on Amazon for like $20 or $30, only like a handful of them, and the rest of them were going for like $10 or $12. So I probably would have just pulled the $30 or $20 ones and sent them into Amazon on hindsight. This shipped UPS. This was in a huge box, and like I said, I didn't make too much money on this, but you know, it's one of those things you live and you learn. That's what it's all about. Let's see here. Next up, we have this Urbanism International Street Art Magazine. Now, I've been into like street art and everything for many years, and so this was something I picked up along the way. I used to be heavily into sticker art, street art, poster art, and a lot of that in the early 2000s. And I was lucky enough to get some of these magazines really, really cheap, and basically not knowing, you know, these were going to be collector's items down the road. And so this one actually sold. I took a best offer, or actually this was on sale, $7.49 with free shipping. I didn't make a ton of money on this, but just to show you, you know, one of those things that the main reason why I'm showing you this is there's so many things that I sold, and I'm only picking out certain things to show you guys. The main reason I'm saying is definitely look out for graffiti magazines and things like that, because some of the older ones can go for a pretty good amount of money. This one happened to be a smaller one, and sometimes you can find famous artists that are in these magazines, and people actually, collectors love these things. Next up is this vintage Blue Angels hat. It took a 50% off sale for this one for $24.99. This thing was pretty much in mint condition. It was vintage. One of the things I want to let you guys know is definitely look out for old snapbacks, especially if they're in good condition. Now, some even really messed up condition ones will go for a pretty good amount of money, but it's very few and far between. When I find vintage snapbacks, I usually try to find them in decent condition if they're all tore up, because a lot of these have foam inside. Let me see if this one, this one has foam inside. Now, luckily there's a little bit of staining in there, as you can see. And if we can see here, I don't think I have a good photo of the inside. This kind of foam thing that's in the middle there tends to get all torn up over time, because they weren't really meant to last forever, because foam deteriorates and breaks down over time. So definitely when you're looking at snapbacks, look out for that and make sure that, you know, they're pretty much in decent condition when you're looking at them, and that should actually be a good tip, and one of the reasons why I wanted to show you guys this for sure. Next up, we have this Avatar DVD, $9.99 with free shipping. I want to show you guys this because this was something I think I picked up for $1 at a garage sale, and just bread and butter stuff all day long. DVDs sell pretty well on eBay, but you know, usually if they're at a good price, I wouldn't source DVDs at, you know, more than $1 unless you can scan them and know that they're rare. There are some very rare DVDs but those are few and far between. But you know, I can pick up brand new DVDs all day long for $1 or less, and you know, sell them for about $10 with free shipping and still make a couple dollars, double and tripling your money. So not all DVDs are going to be worth it. As a matter of fact, one of the rules of thumbs I would say is stay away from DVDs, to be honest. But definitely if you're in a position to have time to scan them and look them up, especially if they're brand new and sealed, there's definitely that. Now, so for the most part, you can't put these on Amazon, as DVD is a restricted category, unfortunately. And to this day, I'm still bummed about that, because I have probably like 2,000 or 3,000 DVDs put away. And so, you know, I wish I was able just to like bulk them all up and send them to FBA, because a lot of them are really good ranking. So, you know, there's that. But anyways, that's what I wanted to show you guys. This is, there's still money in DVDs, but definitely be warned that DVDs are definitely not something that you're going to just become instantly rich off of. And sometimes you will sit on them for 1 to 2 years before they sell. Next up, we have this vintage mug from a Ferrari mug from the 80s. I found this at a thrift shop for $3. It was in like brand new condition, as you can see here. Anything Ferrari, I would definitely pick up if it is in good condition. This one actually, you know, wasn't brand new. It had some wear to it, but the graphics and basically the ceramic items of it were pretty much like mint condition. So this was a no-brainer for $3. Sold for $11.99 plus $5.99 shipping. Definitely charge for shipping for things that are sort of heavier. Notification there. Next up is a Star Wars figure. This thing was beat to hell, to be honest. It was all wrinkled up. This was something that was old stock that I found in the Move underneath a bed, of all places. Brand new, sealed. The packaging is jacked up, but sold for $14.99 with $3.99 shipping. So there's still money in these newer Star Wars figures. This one looks like a vintage one, but it's not. It's a reissue from, I want to say these came out maybe in 2005, 2006, 2007, around that area. And this one actually, if it was in mint condition, probably would have went for more, as I did have it listed for $24.99, but took 40% off for this one. Once again, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. Just going to take a little break here to let you guys know, if you're new to the channel, please click the subscribe button. Click the like button if you learn anything new during this video. We still have a lot more to go. A lot more to go. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so please stay tuned. We also have a special bonus for those that stay to the end. We have some Amazon items that sold really well, so I want to show you guys that for sure. So let's get right back into it. Next up, we have this Star Wars action fleet. I actually purchased a huge Star Wars collection and still going through a lot of that stuff. I went through everything, so I pulled all the stuff that had like pretty good value already, and I'm going to be bulking up the rest. But this sold for $20.99 with 40% off, and this is probably worth way more than $20, as I've seen this one sell as high as $80. But anyways, $20.99 plus $1.99 shipping. When I added up the whole collection, if I did a per item thing, it probably would have been like $1.75 or $2 per item. So I still made out with this as the sale, even though I still have a pretty good amount of bulk left. I've been selling the Star Wars stuff, trickling it out. Next up, we have this Wii game, I Spy. $7.99 plus $2.99 shipping. Look out for Wii games. Not all of them are going to be worth a ton of money, but you might find someone that are. Like, I think I picked this one up for $2. So $7.99 plus $2.99 shipping. I make a little tiny bit of money on the shipping, and I make maybe a couple bucks on the game itself. So definitely, when you're sourcing video games, try to source them as cheap as possible. Some of the stuff that is selling for like $5 each, I will bulk that up, and at the end of the year, this is my game plan. So I buy a bunch of video game collections and stuff all the time, and you guys don't even see those videos, but I should actually start posting some of those videos. See, here's what's crazy is there's so much stuff that you guys never see on YouTube that I do behind the scenes. So maybe one day I'll decide to do some video series on that. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. I buy collections throughout the year. I will part out the higher price stuff that sells really easily. It goes on eBay. And then the rest of the stuff goes in bins for the whole year. And then at the end of the year, or at a certain point when I have just so much stuff, I bulk everything up, offer up local stuff, or I'll put it all on eBay as one huge collection. As it's funny, throughout the whole year of doing this, I'm able to piece together it's pretty funny. I'm able to piece together complete sets, complete systems. So I'll like have 2 controllers, the power, the AV cables, the system, and I'll put a lot of games and I'll sell that collection. So that's just one of my kind of way I go about doing video games. And that was a long-winded thing just to get to what I was saying. So that is that. Definitely look out for video games and things like that. Video games sell pretty well and pretty fast. Out of everything I sell over this year and last year, I would say video game stuff, the sell-through rate is very fast. So if you can go to a garage sale and get games for $1 or cheaper, definitely pick them up. Some of the pro tips is definitely look at the discs. Sometimes you'll find discs that are just scratched to shit on these, and some of those aren't even going to be worth buying because you can't even play them. If you have a disc resurfacer, if you're one of those fancy people that have one of those, I think there's a $200 one and there's a $1,200 one, getting video games is definitely a must, even if they're scratched, because you can do that for sure. Oh wow. I just got an Etsy thing saying that they were going to send me a few $100s for some t-shirts that I sold, and that is awesome. I do actually do t-shirts too, so you guys check out some of those videos. Next up is this. Oh, this is a fun one. Next up is this authentic Funko Five Nights at Freddy's Phantom Target exclusive. As we check into the chat here, Flippin' Hustler is in the house. Welcome, welcome. This is actually a fun one. I think I paid like $6.99 for this, and this is one of those things where I bought them and put them away, not knowing that these were actually going to become collector's items. At the time, these were probably going for like $20, $25 on the secondary market when they were in stores. Now, a case came with, I want to say maybe the case came with 12 plushes and only one of these. So every case, there was only one of these, and there was 2 of every other one. So these were kind of rare to find. Well, anyways, I put this away. Actually, I had 2 of these and put them away for a year and a half. Pulled them out when I was going through storage. I was like, "Ooh, that was nice." And it sold for $49.99, and the other one actually sold for $49.99 also. And I think over time, these have appreciated so much. I think over time, especially when I think the Five Nights at Freddy movie is going to come out at some point. These will probably still be worth this much or even more. Texas Gal Treasures is in the house. How are you doing? Just going over some what's sold on eBay, getting back into the reseller videos and stuff, as I kind of feel like I've been neglecting my reseller community and stuff. So I thank you for your support and glad that you are here. And just a friendly reminder, also click the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Next up, we have this Zoom comic book creator PC software. This was brand new, sealed, and from 2006. And I've told you guys many times over the year that any software that you can find that's sealed, definitely pick it up if the price is right. Even if you know nothing about it, even though if you scan it and there's nothing, shows any comps or anything, definitely pick it up. I had this one maybe for 6 months before it sold. Like I said, I paid $1 for this, and it went for $24.99 with free shipping. That shows you how old it is, because it was free shipping. I do not do free shipping anymore. That's just one of the things that I just cannot do anymore, because when I put stuff on sale and the stuff sells, and then I'm like, oh, I put it on sale and I got to pay for the shipping, that's no bueno. So anyways, back to the subject of software. I've bought software for like 99 cents or cheaper and have sold it for $100. I do that, I've done that consistently, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, where I will buy software that I can't find any comps on, or anything on Amazon, anything on eBay, because it's so old, and end up selling it for $100 or more. If we go back a little bit, I paid $6 for some Motorola old cell phone things, and those went for about $200-300 a piece. And just because you can't see comps on anything, if you can source electronics, software, anything that's sealed, it's got to be sealed. That's important. Definitely pick it up. So that is why I listed this today to show you guys. Next up, we have this Coca-Cola thing. I sold for $6.99 plus $11.99 shipping. The reason why I'm showing you this is just to let you know that that Coca-Cola collection that I bought wasn't completely a bust, but I thought for sure that these sealed Cokes would have went for more money, as I don't think I even sold one of them for over $20. A lot of them went for $11.99 plus $11.99 shipping. These are some of the tail end ones. Someone bought this on a 30% off sale, $6.99 with $11.99 shipping, because these are definitely a pound or a pound or more with that. So just a warning, buying sealed Coke stuff is definitely hit and miss. You're not going to be finding amazing stuff over time because a lot of the rare sealed stuff is few and far between. I found that out the hard way. But Coca-Cola stuff does sell. I still was sitting on these for a while, though. Next up, we have this Haunted Mansion 40th anniversary for the Haunted Mansion Portraits postcard by Shag, Josh Egel. I think that's his name. And he's a very famous artist who does Disney stuff. If you guys find this guy Shag, his name is Shag, just look it up on eBay. If you guys find this guy's button-up shirts, so if you want to do a little bit of research on Shag, he's an artist that you guys should definitely know about, especially if you're in Southern California. If you find his button-up shirts, some of those go for $200 or $300 a piece if they're brand new, and $100 or more if they're used and in good condition. So definitely go and look his name up. But anyways, the long and the short of this was I purchased some framed artwork for $3 at Goodwill, and these postcards were inside of them. And luckily, I was able to pop open the back when I was at Goodwill to make sure that they weren't glued in there. And sure enough, these were just placed in there, so it was nice. So I bought these, and I sold a couple of them for $20, and this one sold for $9.99 plus $2.99 shipping. So, you know, $3 turned into like $60 in some cases, as I bought 3 or 4 frames of these, full of these. Next up is a weird one. This is a Aya Judgment kind of like newsletter. Some of you that don't know, I've been involved with so many things over the years. I used to be a official fan site of Aya Judgment, which was a game that came out in about 2008, 2007. And it was a really amazing game where it was a card game, kind of like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! or whatever, some of those card games. But the camera would scan the card. So you'd put the card down on a table, the camera would scan it, and then the character would pop up on the screen. And it was almost like chess, where there was 9 squares, and you played these characters on the thing like chess, and they did certain moves. It was such an amazing game. Like, I wish this game was way, way, way ahead of its time, and it sucks that it doesn't exist anymore because I was involved heavily with this. As a matter of fact, Sony sent me all their promo cards when the game finally folded in. They sent me all their promo cards, and oh man, I hate to go on a little side story here, but those promo cards, if I would have got them in the heyday of Aya Judgment, they were selling for like $20 each, and they sent me like 5,000 or 6,000 of these. So just do the math on that. So they don't go for that much anymore. As a matter of fact, they probably still go for around $5 or less. But it's just a funny little side story, as I've been involved in many things over the years. And I was actually the editor of this newsletter, and this is new old stock. I'm always finding old stock from this stuff. And anyways, I pulled it out of storage. I sold a few of these for $19.99, and I think I went a little long-winded on this one for sure. But anyways, what I'm saying is, look out for Aya Judgment cards. They're still out there, and there's some of them that are still worth a pretty good amount of money. People still are looking for collections of these. Series 3 is the series to really look out for. If you can find a sealed booster box of Series 3, which it's pretty rare, I find them every once in a while because I do look for them every once in a while. Those go for about $500. Next up is this Color Book Boys Build-A-Bear Pirate costume thing. I think I paid like $6 for this, and when I scanned it, it was going for like $30. So I thought easy money. I sat on this for literally almost 2 years. So many times I thought I was going to sell this, but anyways, I wanted to say that not everything's going to be a hit. Even if you scan it and it shows good comps and everything, I for some reason I sat on this forever. 35% off, 16.22 with free shipping, and I pretty much, I might have even lost money on this one, to be honest, because once of fees, and this was priority to ship this because for some reason I just couldn't get it under a pound, even though it weighs less than a pound, especially when you had to put a box. And you can't just cram something like this in a box that just fits, because you're going to have, here's the thing, like, man, I hate to go on another little side rant here. So when you buy something like this and you have it for free shipping, and this was by mistake, sometimes you'll send it out and it'll get damaged and then they want to return. And you've already lost money on the sale, and then you want to lose more money from, it was almost like sometimes worth not even buying it. And this was one of those things, though they didn't return this, thankfully. But what I'm saying is I've been put in that spot maybe twice or three times a year where you lose money on something because you've calculated something wrong, whether it be shipping or the price or whatever, and then you ship it to them and then there's something wrong with it. There's some damage to it because of shipping, or it's the wrong size, or they didn't want it anymore. So I just usually just refund them and forget about it, because it's just one of those things. It's the cost of doing business. And as a pro tip, try not to get upset about those kind of things, because that stuff happens from time to time where you're going to get just a customer that just doesn't, they just, for whatever reason, they're very difficult. Try not to let that get to you. So it brings us to the Amazon sales. I've been still doing Amazon. As a matter of fact, I should probably do pure Amazon sale videos, as you know, things have been picking up pretty well on Amazon. I do Amazon FBA and I do merchant fulfilled, and I actually have a pretty good amount of knowledge doing this stuff over the last 2 years that, you know, maybe would benefit everyone here who's been thinking about selling on Amazon or FBA. Leave a comment below if you want to see more Amazon videos or if you want to see more Amazon FBA videos. As like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years and I've learned so much over the years of just failing at everything that I can probably reach out and give you guys some knowledge if you're thinking about doing this. Well, anyways, let's get into it. This Eve interactive figure sold for $250. Now you can't see that because I can't show you the comps because it'll have the person's address and all that stuff. But trust me, this sold for $250 and it was sealed. I paid $10 for it at a thrift shop. And this is one of those things where if you see some sealed toys at a thrift shop, has a barcode, scan it to Amazon just to look. If you have the time, I can't tell you how many times I've thought, like, I'm not going to scan this, and then I scan it and it's worth like $100 or more, and I'm like, I'm so glad I scanned that. Scan everything. So anyways, I scanned this. I saw that it was like going for like $200 on Amazon, and I was like, sold. Bought it, $10, sold for $250. So Amazon is still doing amazing work. Now, everything is not peaches and cream with Amazon. And I want to say that if I took Amazon and eBay and I was to weigh them, scale them with customers, I find that you get a lot of returns on Amazon. And I think it's just the culture. They make it so easy to return stuff. And you get just some customers that just buy stuff on a whim, and then they're like, oh, I don't want it, I can just return it. Amazon loves free returns. So that's just my tip and my warning without making a huge video about just everything that's wrong with Amazon. One of the things is you will find more return percentages on Amazon than eBay for sure. Anyways, so I just get that out of the way. So everything's not roses and sunshine when you're dealing with Amazon. Anyways, $10, $250, bada bing, bada boom. Next up, we have this Motorola Talkabout two-way radio. This one actually just came with one radio, and the funny part is I found this at a thrift shop, $6 each. There was 2 of them in the packages, which, so basically it was a pair. I could have sold them on eBay probably, but I saw that Amazon had these for $60 a piece. And when I looked up the comps, they were actually selling very well. So I sent these into Amazon FBA. Both sold for about $60. So took that $6, sent it into FBA. So another pro tip, without me going into a long kind of rant about FBA, is one of the rules of FBA, and I'm going to tell you guys, is there's a few rules. 1, source cheap. If you can source things cheap, Amazon FBA is worth it. 2, sales rank. Sales rank is probably one of the most important things for Amazon FBA, because with the fee structure and everything, if you're going to go down the FBA route, you want to have stuff that sells through fast. Do not send books that are like above 1 million rank, though. Some people send books that are up to 3 million rank. I'm saying don't send books that have a high rank. Don't send video games that have a high rank. Look at keepa.com or camel. Google that if you don't know. These are places where you can put in the SKU numbers and it'll show you for free amazing statistics on sales rank and what they've sold for, what the offers were, a tremendous amount of information for free. So anyways, that's my little FBA rant. Let's get back into it. And once again, if you're here, if you've watched it this far, congratulations. Click the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we got a couple more to go. Next up is this Think of a Blink of an Eye. This was actually a video editing book. I found a brand new one of these at a thrift shop. And another word of warning: don't send used books into Amazon that are and mark them as new. New, for me, when I mark them as new, they are literally mint condition, like pristine mint condition. Like no nothing is when I usually, no stickers, no nothing is when I mark them as new. This one was new. It was so clean. I think I paid like 50 cents for this. I ended up selling this book for about $30. As you can see, the next new one is $20. The one I sold was around $30. And we got the vegan flipper in the house. What is up, my man? We got Bobby S in the house. Currently, I am failing at FBA, so I'd love some videos. I will do some FBA videos at some point. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on the back end for me. So making videos about reselling has definitely been put on the back burner. But I said I was going to set a little bit of time today to do a What Sold on eBay live, because I know that you guys love some of the live stuff. All right, so next up we have this Beethoven CD. I think I sold this for about 15 something. What I'm saying is also you can sell CDs on Amazon. Now, a lot of them are going to be locked out. You're going to be gated on a lot of the CDs, but if you scan enough of them, you'll find some that are ungated. I know that you can't sell a lot of popular CDs unless you're ungated. So definitely scan CDs, or use what I use Amazon for is I'll scan CDs just to see if there's some that are high priced, and then I'll pull those. So there's that. Once again, I am Chris, reseller on Steemit, Thrift Shop Hustler here on YouTube. I really appreciate everyone stopping by. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I definitely appreciate everyone's support. Click the like button, subscribe, click the bell if you want notifications. I do a Steemit video every day, so just be warned, if you do click the button, you're going to get a Steemit video every day. And once again, I haven't left you guys. I've just been so busy with life and other things, and I want to get back into making at least maybe 1 or 2 videos for the reseller community for sure. Anyways, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, signing off. We'll see you later. Take care.